Coming up on Learning from Maine. When it comes to early childhood education, we can hope a 2026 version of the old maxim is true. As Skowhegan goes, so goes Maine and the nation.
We have a school in Skowhegan, first of its kind, and I always say it's definitely the first of its kind in Maine, but it's really the first of its kind in the country, where kids can go there from ages 6 weeks old up to 5th grade.
When I see a baby here and I look in a classroom and know they're going to be here for the next 12 years, they're going to own this place, and they're going to feel so confident and safe and comfortable.
I get to be a part of building this amazing future for these kids.
Welcome to Learning from Maine, a new series about what's happening and what's possible in Maine public schools. I'm your host, Derek Pierce. For over 30 years, I worked in Maine public schools as a high school teacher and principal. Now I get to travel the state and witness what our teachers and students are up to. Together, we'll learn how we can provide an excellent education for all our kids, especially yours, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, your loved ones. In this episode, we're going to focus on the part of the education system which I personally know the least about, but which many experts feel is the most important: early childhood education. We'll also learn more about how one rural Maine community has used early childhood education to help revive and reinvent itself. 12 years ago, Amanda Cole Brown was feeling stuck, resigned to her own struggle.
I honestly did not have plans for my future. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a single mom. I was raising a newborn baby by myself. Scared to ask for help, get ashamed, feel like you're failing.
Amanda's hometown, Skowhegan, was also struggling and down on itself.
The town of Skowhegan was one of the highest risk communities in the state in terms of teen pregnancy, high school dropout, unemployed. There were health risks, high child abuse and neglect. So it was a community in need.
When I was in high school, we still had that mindset of we're an old mill town, we'll always be an old mill town.
And the schools were cramped, falling apart, and scattered. Many kids had to attend 5 different buildings before reaching middle school.
First few years, my grandmother watched me, and then I went to nursery school from about 3 to 4 years old. I then went to North L for kindergarten, and then went to Bloomfield for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. And then I went to the Margaret Chase Smith School for 4th and 5th grade.
There was also a negative self-conversation that would happen here, and that troubled me.
We saw a lot of people come try out this community and move on.
But 12 years later, and Skowhegan is ascendant.
3, 2, 1.
And so is Amanda and her 4 kids.
I have a great job. I love what I do. And my children have flourished.
The linchpin for all of this transformation just might be Skowhegan's commitment and creativity in tackling a challenge that's bedeviled the entire country: accessible, quality, early childhood education and care for all families. Welcome to Maine's first public school with a dedicated early childhood wing, serving children from 6 weeks through age 11. The Hight Family Early Learning Center, inside Skowhegan's Margaret Chase Smith Elementary School, provides all-day, all-year programs for infants and toddlers. Once they turn 3, these kids will enter pre-K classrooms located just a few feet away. And then they'll head down the hall for K to 5.
It's definitely the first of its kind in Maine, but it's really the first of its kind in the country, where kids can go there from ages 6 weeks old up to 5th grade. So you have a continuity of care and a continuity of education for really the most important years of any child's life.
A local group has been leading the way on this comprehensive approach since 2010, Waterville's Childcare Central Maine. It's renowned for its family partnerships and emphasis on a nature and play-based curriculum. COO Tracy Fortin knows just how crucial quality early childhood care is for both kids and their communities to prosper. She also knows it's rare.
There is a child care crisis in this country, and it's felt in almost every community.
Mainers struggle to find quality daycare that is both local and affordable. The average cost of childcare for one infant is $12,000 a year. For 4-year-olds, it's $9,000. A quarter of rural Mainers live in places where there are more than 3 children for every spot in a licensed childcare. Much of Somerset County is still a so-called childcare desert.
So if I'm a parent and I can't find care, then I'm not going to work. And that is a huge amount of income. Is it half an income if I'm a 2-parent family? There's not enough income for families to be able to meet their basic needs.
In 2013, the Educare Board chose Skowhegan as the place to expand its winning model due to the clear need as well as the long-standing partnerships between the school district and KV-CAP, a local childcare and social service provider. Then, in 2018, the community saw an opportunity. The district was approved for a new state-funded elementary school. 4 years later, voters approved the plans for a new facility that would replace 3.5 aging district schools and 2 early childhood sites and provide services for the first 10 years of life in one place. But to fulfill their ambitious vision, they'd have to locally raise a most ambitious sum, $3.5 million.
We're really trying to approach this as not only education, but civic engagement, trying to reverse some poverty cycles here in rural Maine.
Sam Hight, whose family has been selling cars in the region since 1911, was tasked with chairing the fundraising efforts, alongside Superintendent John Moody.
You really need to start with the vision, you need to have engaged people, and you need to be willing to stay the course. This is a 7-year process.
Superintendent Moody had to figure out how to get that vision supported by one of the nation's largest school boards, with 23 members representing 6 towns. Were there other obstacles or challenges that you faced, or any moments where you're like, I don't know if this is actually going to happen?
Oh, an infinite number, it feels like.
This is ultimately workforce development, because what we're teaching in those schools, those will end up being our employees in 15, 20 years. Communities are made up of people, so let's make the best people we can.
But even this gifted salesman was surprised by how his pitch was received. It was the opposite of the dreaded perfect storm.
Perfect unstorming everywhere. More people donated than I expected. More people said yes than I expected. A perfect blue sky here in Skowhegan.
And in 18 months, the massive local fundraising goal was met. And then a successful federal grant added nearly $2 million.
But it's a pretty easy sell when you basically say, it's for the kids. It's easier than selling a car.
The blue skies lasted through the design and construction process until the new building's sunny launch in August, before 500 elated community members and 1 Riverhawk.
This was a once-in-a-generation project. I feel blessed and so incredibly fortunate to be here to report that the project is both on time and under budget.
We've got a new first-of-its-kind school and no property tax payer involvement at all.
And after decades of substandard facilities, the message this gorgeous place sends to the community and its kids matters. Longtime Skowhegan residents, Mike and Amber Lamke, were champions of the cause, even though their own children were too old to benefit.
Children deserve beautiful spaces with art and color and warm, friendly faces and a natural environment built for their play. Children who find awe, inspiration early on will be happier kids and happier people in life.
And we'll continue to find awe and inspiration that helps solve problems in the future.
So this is a beautiful building, but it's about what happens inside the walls that really makes the difference.
We love school!
That difference starts with leadership. Mila Kreider of SAT 54 and Nicole Chaplin of KV-CAP co-run their building, and they've had to figure out ways for the distinct worlds of elementary and early childhood to coexist happily. Just think about what an infant eats for lunch versus a 2nd grader, and you don't want a toddler on the same playground as a 5th grader. But issue by issue, Mila and Nicole blazed this new path.
It took lots of meetings, lots of discussions, lots of people telling us we were crazy, what are you doing?
It's a transition for everybody. Think outside the box. Don't let the box walls stop you. Cut them open and go for it.
So now that there's an amazing facility and the promise of high-quality early education, what does that mean? What do these kids in the Hight Family Early Learning Center actually do all day? Some might consider the idea of any pre-kindergarten curriculum to be as silly as a 3-year-old. Isn't their curriculum just to eat, sleep, and play? Well, care and relationships are always at the center at the Hight, but so are purposeful activities designed to capitalize on a child's natural hunger for learning, even for toddlers and infants.
Yes, I get to cuddle babies and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. However, there's so much more to what we do. I don't think that people understand that our work goes far beyond what they might envision they see when we walk by with a buggy full of really cute kids.
Every day we do some sort of art. It's not just creativity, but fine motor, gross motor, sensory is such a huge piece to art.
And they do read-alouds and sing-alongs. And provide lots of time outside for structured and unstructured play.
The more time I can spend outside, the better.
One of the main reasons Charity teaches infants and toddlers is because she knows that 80% of human brain development is complete by age 3.
80%, like that's just insane to me. So I get to be a part of building this amazing future for these kids.
Upstairs in Sarah Mia's pre-K classroom, 3 to 5-year-olds are engaged in Maine's Pre-K for Me curriculum, which immerses students in daily rituals of language, literacy, and numeracy development.
My name is Katie Honors, and I'm a really good kid. I smile a lot because usually I'm happy, and I give excellent hugs. What's this letter? O. How many times? 5. I see Bryson has a letter N on his shoe. You have the letter N on your shoe, along with other letters. Yes, you may stand up and go wash.
Braxton, one of Sarah's students, showed me something he and his classmates had been working on. What do you have here, Braxton?
My book.
Your book? You've written a book? How old are you?
5.
You're 5 and you've already written a book. What's this book about?
My family.
Sarah's students also spend time each day in structured play. During center's time, they get to choose whether they like to write, draw, pretend, or explore. The activities at each center often tie to the week's read-aloud book and its themes, such as, what is a family? There's also plenty of time daily for kid-led fun on the playground that's designed specifically for pre-K students. Risk-taking is encouraged, so is roaring. Sarah's pre-K students also learn some of life's most fundamental skills.
How to put a jacket on, how to put shoes on, how to tie shoes, how to knock with the bathroom door shut.
But Sarah's clear about what's most important.
You don't want that one, so you could say no thank you. Social emotional skills are more important at preschool age than academics. You can't learn academics when you don't know how to regulate yourself. I'm teaching them how to learn, how to be a person, how to be kind. What was that, Braxton?
Take deep breaths.
We take deep breaths, yes, absolutely.
During my visit, the focus was on learning how to handle big feelings. It was the message of the week's read-aloud book.
But sometimes on Bambaloo, I show my teeth and make fierce noises. When we have some really big feelings, what space can we use?
The safe space.
The safe space.
One of Sarah's kids, Spencer, taught me more about big feelings using the emotion dolls. All right, let's see scared face. Happy face. What's this one? Mad face. One of the keys to the success of programs like Childcare and centers like the Hight, and one of the reasons they're so popular with families, is they're not just providing care and education for the little ones, but for their parents as well.
Every family needs support. Every adult needs support. Every child needs support. And that's what the family coaches are there for.
2 of my children were born in the NICU, and if it wasn't for them, I'm not sure.
Amanda's worked with a family coach, first at KVCAP and now at the Hight Center, for 8 years. Her longtime coach, Noella, has helped Amanda and her family navigate through their child's open-heart surgery. She helped make sure there's enough Christmas presents under the tree. And in 2024, she helped them purchase their first home.
Children, their health and well-being, their development, their success is linked to a family's stability.
They're part of my family. They've been there through everything.
It isn't a center raising children for the parents. It's a center that is raising children with the parents.
Our family services staff work with families to set goals that are driven by the parent. It might be reading more to my child at night. It might be buying a new home.
In addition to providing access to a family coach, Hight Center teachers meet with parents 4 times a year to review progress and set goals. In Charity's class, the goals are elemental and crucial. For this 6-month-old infant, it's learning to crawl.
Yeah. You want to come get it? Here we go. Yay! Look at you. We use each child's goal and we incorporate that into our curriculum for the week.
Oh no!
Ellie's goal is to walk. In Sarah's class, Spencer's mom would like him to learn how to write his name.
What's the next letter in your name?
P.
P. Tell you you've been practicing at home.
But, as any adult who's ever spent time with the pre-K set knows, they don't always want to follow their teacher's curriculum or their parents' goals, like during the Hight's opening day when an infant pulled the fire alarm. And what's on your mind may not be what's on their mind.
I can run faster than a snake.
You can? I bet you could.
So a great pre-K teacher also has to know when to follow the kids' lead. This text discussion was supposed to be about how lots of different animals can be pets, and pets can be part of the family structure. And then Kinsley had something she needed to share.
My guinea pig, it just died.
Wow, I'm really sorry to hear about that.
It's okay.
Soon after, Spencer is moved to add,
My dad died. My dad.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you need a hug? All right, you're gonna sit with me. Ooh. Yes, Kinsley?
That's it. My uncle passed away.
Your uncle passed away? I'm sorry to hear that. It's sad when people pass away, right?
and suddenly, a lesson about pets is morphed into one about dying and grief. Sarah pivots, recounting how she conjures an invisible string that keeps her connected to her own deceased father.
Can I have a hug?
Sure. So the invisible string talks about how the person in heaven or wherever they are, it might be mom at home and you're feeling some really big feelings about leaving her for the day at school. You're always connected by an invisible string. So like my dad is up in heaven and he has his end of invisible string and then I have mine. So him and I can always tug on each other sometimes.
Like a virtuoso jazz musician, Sarah riffs off her kids' riffs, and somehow she's able to steer the ensemble back to the melody.
Yeah.
Yes.
My dog passed away.
Wow. We have a lot of big feelings happening right now. Do you need a hug too? So I really read my kids. There's learning everywhere we go.
Remember Braxton, 5-year-old author? Well, when he started to tire from my questions, who do we have in your family? I tried to emulate Sarah's example of following a student's lead. Braxton was more interested in showing me a new dance the class had been learning for Halloween, the Batwing Beat.
You have to copy the thing of the sound.
Oh, okay.
There might be little squeaks.
Little squeaks, okay.
To the bat wing beat.
Do, 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 do.
Squeak, squeak.
Little bit
Flappy, flappy.
Braxton, give me 5, man. That was great. Thank you so much for doing the Batwing Beat with me.
You're welcome.
Okay, unlike Sarah, I was not able to deftly steer the students back towards a larger instructional goal, but I was starting to understand why it's not just the kids who have big feelings of joy for the Hight Center.
I'm so passionate about what this building is and the collaborations that we're making for all of these children and the impact that it's going to have on this community. I have never felt more connected to a team of people than I do at this particular job, because I know that it isn't just me, that this family has all of these resources available to them.
When you have kids in 5 or 6 different places, you never have the right person in the right place. This building has all those resources here together and available.
When I see a baby here and I look in a classroom and know they're going to be here for the next 12 years. They're going to own this place and they're going to feel so confident and safe and comfortable.
And when a school is caring for both toddlers and 5th graders, the benefits for staff go beyond even the team approach that Charity loves.
We have staff that have children down here in the Early Learning Center, which then will bring us great employee opportunities and people that will stay because their children can be close.
I know some of our staff, if they're having a bad day, they'll just go downstairs and visit the babies and get some baby snuggles.
If we could all have baby snuggles every day,
It definitely
that would be good.
It definitely helps.
Even with the occasional snuggle, early childhood work is clearly demanding. And across the country, most childcare centers report staffing shortages. The average pre-K teacher makes about half the salary of a K-12 teacher. Low pay combines with inadequate training and support to lead to high turnover. The Hight Center is changing the perception of what an early childhood teaching job can be. It's even bucking those shortage trends by attracting local students to the field, like Gabby.
I learned how to be a teacher through this program. About 2 days out of a 3-day week, we would go into a classroom and work with these kids.
The Somerset County Technical Center's Early Education and Learning Program is located right here in the Hight Center.
And it's just a really great learning experience to show us all the different career paths in education that we can take, as well as getting college credits.
The Hight Center now employs 4 current students or alums from SCTC, and the synergies will only increase with time. The research is clear on the benefits of universal pre-K. More mothers can go to work, boosting the local economy, and their kids do better too. They're more likely to attend school and pass classes, even to graduate on time.
In the long term, what you see is improved educational outcomes. You see improved healthcare outcomes.
Every community should have high quality program access for pre-K children.
What Skowhegan is moving towards, universal access not just for 3- and 4-year-olds, but for infants and toddlers as well, may have even more benefits.
Everybody deserves a chance to have the building blocks to have a wonderful life.
And ideally, that would be paired with robust supports available for their parents. Amanda's story underscores why. So to be clear, you're raising 4 kids.
Raising 4 kids.
You're working here.
Working
And
full-time.
now you're working on your bachelor's degree as well.
And full-time
you're
college student.
And full-time college student.
Yes.
So that's at least 3 full-time lives
Yes.
you're leading. Amanda's second son, Remington, is one of his mom's biggest fans. But even he can't believe what she's pulling off. Is your mom the best in the world? Are you and your brothers easy to take care of? She takes classes when you're in bed. You're sleeping, she's in class.
So like on the Chromebook, I mean the laptop? Mm-hmm.
That is crazy, isn't it? Amanda and her 4 boys have cultivated their place and their best selves at the Hight Center. Amanda's also found her career. She's been assisting in early childhood classrooms with KVCAP for several years and now works at the Hight Center. Great parents for sure make great teachers. With her family coach's steadfast support, Amanda earned her associate's degree in 2025. As she eyes her next degree and certification, she's more determined and confident than ever.
I am goal orientated. I am going for my bachelor's. I want my own classroom. I want it by the end of the year.
The Hight Center is not only expanding students' and parents' belief in what is possible, but it's doing the same for Skowhegan.
We need families of all kinds to have a resilient community here, and that includes young families. And when young parents have the supports they need, they will stay here, they will work here.
This school really represents a reinvestment in ourselves, that we matter, and whoever else comes here, we can welcome them and they matter too.
This building is more than just a building. It's a promise to our children and a tribute to what's possible when a community comes together for family.
The turnaround, I think, did come with an effort that required all of us to start facing what do we have, not what do we don't have, and how do we feel proud about that.
Everyone says, well, it's never going to happen. Well, we were able to show that it can happen and it will happen.
Public schools now serve about 60% of our 4-year-olds, 30% increase in just the last decade. Nearly half of Maine districts report universal pre-K enrollment. However, the state has set a goal for every Maine kid to have that kind of access by fall 2026. Will it get there? Should it?
I think it's a nonpartisan issue, early childhood. And I think we have an understanding that we need to do right by kids.
Here in rural Maine, that's what you have. You have public schools. We know the importance of public education, and we know how good it can be.
I believe this is going to be a model for the state. and that you're going to see facilities like this all across Maine.
And wouldn't that be great news? Imagine if 80% of all of our kids' brain development was nurtured at places like the Hight Center.
You too.
Sure, I would love that.
Me too. I'll help you.
Well, thank you for teaching people how to be a person. There's
Thank you.
no higher calling than
I try.
that.
We wish you well. We wish you well. All through the day today. We wish you well.
Thanks for watching Learning from Maine. If you've missed any of the stories from our first season or want to go deeper with bonus content, head to our YouTube page or our website at mainelovespublicschools.org. Coming up on our next episode, how one Maine district is teaching its students and faculty to navigate the daunting threats and daunting opportunities of generative AI. Thanks again for watching, and let's keep learning from Maine.